Hello again, I'm Dave Cherry and welcome back to one of my short films. This fella, call him Eric Barnes. He's an ex-Barnsley lad, actually from Darfield, Eric, is that right?
That's
Darfield.
correct, yes.
And he sent me a book out of the blue, a fascinating book printed in 1903, all about the corps, the Barnsley British Corps. It's a fascinating book, Eric. Like what your dad's?
It belonged to my grandfather, who bought it in 1903 when it was first printed.
Yeah.
And it was passed on to me then after the death of my father.
Actually, there were 20,000 printed.
Okay.
They were printed because they had 20,000 members at Co-op in 1903. 1903 were important. It was a coronation book following the 1902 coronation of King Edward and Queen Alexandria, and it's a fantastic book. And we're actually in Dorothy, in my own backyard here, Dorothy, and I don't know whether you knew, Eric, but the first Co-op, the first branch, outline branch, were here at Dorothy, just down the street, which we'll see in a minute. Fascinating. As I said, there were 20,000 members at Co-op, and I'm just saying, I wonder how many can remember Co-op Divi number, because my mum's Co-op wore green, and I said, 1, 2, 3, 9, 5, 2. Fascinating. But I'm just saying, it's a wonderful book, and it's all Co-ops are gone by 1971, but it's fascinating how many people work there.
Yes.
It's wonderful, you know. And he actually lives in Scotland now, Rick, do you? In Scotland.
That's right, yes. Up in Kirriemuir.
What do you call it?
Kirriemuir, it's
Kirriemuir.
the home place of the guy who wrote Peter Pan, J.M. Barrie.
J.M. Barrie, all right, yeah. So what you done up there, like, did you work at you?
I worked up there for 17 years.
Right, yeah.
Working for a textile manufacturer, for the carpet industry basically.
And so how's it compare with Darfield?
Very clean.
Thanks a lot, Eric, yeah. Right, so this is a book, what I've just been talking about, what Eric sent me from Scotland to commemorate the coronation of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandria. But right, we've come to the posh part of Barnsley, posh part of town, Thurleston. Is it Thurleston? This fella is Richard, who used to work at Co-op, and he sent us some fantastic photos, what he took. So which department did you work in, Richard?
I worked in the radio department down Market Street, electrical department.
So electric shop, what did you sell? Like washing machines and
Washing machines downstairs, what they call white goods,
Mm.
and upstairs what brown goods. Televisions, radiograms.
Right.
The record department what went on to Wellington Street.
So you worked there, did you?
I did indeed.
Up to when it shut in, what, 70s?
CRS took over in 71, 72, and then I think it closed down in about 1980 or something, but I left before then.
So these photos, I'm just looking here, they're fantastic what he sent us, this Richard.
1971, the photograph of the staff of the electrical department.
And this fella's your dad, this fella?
No, that was the manager, Mr. Hill, Arthur Hill.
So Richard, obvious question, were it an happy place to work?
Very happy.
Were it? Yeah.
Very happy. We weren't overpaid, but we were a very happy crowd. And that's the big plans for Barnsley British in 1st of March 1971. That's when there were big plans for the Co-op in Barnsley. They're going to take it, CRS were going to take over.
Like a big conglomerate.
That's what they were, yeah.
So when did you start there, Richard?
I started in 1970 and I finished in 73. I only did a couple of years, but because there were, wages in retail at the time were very poor. In 19s, I can remember as a branch manager at Mexborough, I was on something like 18 quid gross, and I took 16 quid home a week.
I mean, did you know they had, in 1903, 120 branches?
Yeah.
Fantastic. They were marvellous buildings.
There were.
I
mean, one of the best buildings that was there was the drapery, which burnt down, a couple of years ago, didn't it? At top of Market Street. My grandfather, John Richard Hay, was the manager in there. My grandmother worked at Co-op. My mother, my dad, my sister, my uncles, everybody worked at Co-op in Barnsley. Well, that is my old Barnsley British Cooperative share account, and my number, I don't know if it's very famous here, was number 33.
33?
I was number 33 because I inherited that from my grandfather. And there I've still got £20, 25 pence in there, but God knows where that's gone, but it's gone somewhere. So
So how many digits was it? No,
some people, it went up to 200,000.
it's that's an hidden treasure. It tells you also. It tells you dividend. I mean, it's dead boring. Dividends and all this and what they made.
The money though, they used to pay out at pound 1 and 6pence Divi.
Yeah.
In pound. You know, good, great that. But there's loads about. They give them away. It's like tea tins. Do you have a tea tin at home? Cork tea tin? No. 1953 to commemorate the coronation.
Coronation Queen.
Yeah. Souvenir casket. Everybody in Barnsley had one. Every one of my relations used to go. They always had one of them.
And they're all up mantelpiece for
Oh, they were.
gas, electric, all them tins up. My song, all them tins up mantelpiece.
Well then,
Yeah.
that's something they used to give away. It's an ivory comb inside there. It was a free gift from Cooperative Smartswear Gold Medal Tailors and Outfitters Barnsley, and there was a ivory. Is it ivory? Yeah, ivory. Yeah.
Question: why didn't they ever transfer you to Penistone?
Well, no, I mean electrical, you see, and Penistone was grocery.
Oh, right. I see.
Skelmanthorpe used to have remember Skelmanthorpe had that one of the furthest ones out from Barnsley, but they had a drapery as well, besides a grocery store. So
It was surprising how it moved all over. It went out of district, didn't it?
Yeah. And one other thing there, I've got a receipt there, in Barnsley Town Hall is a silver chain, like a Lord Mayor's chain, which belonged to the Departmental Managers Association, with all the names of the bosses from 1800s around it. But that's in Barnsley Town Hall, in the museum in Barnsley Town Hall.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you ever want to go and look at that.
Experience Barnsley.
Yep.
Well, we know them all.
There we go.
Well, we've come down here to Woodborough Bridge, Bottom Brig actually, to see my old mate here, Linda, who were in my class at school at White Cross, and that, would you believe, that is White Green Cope. Look at that, 1959, all in colour, going downhill. And
marvellous.
So you went to Cope after what, 1961 when you were at school? Have I ever got that right?
I started work at Ward Green Court on my 15th birthday.
Oh, wonderful.
There I was 15, I started at Ward Green Court and I worked there until I was 25.
So, what was it like in them days? I mean,
It was marvellous. For a start off, it was, we served the customer.
Right.
They just used to come in with the notebooks, with the list of groceries that they wanted.
Yeah.
And give them to us, and they stood there, and we went and collected all the stuff and put it on counter. We didn't have baskets, we carried it all in our arms.
Right.
Everything were close by, and then we reckoned them up on counter.
When did you ask for Divi number? Was it beginning or end?
No, it was at end. We had what we called a checkbook, and it was in a tin tray.
Yeah.
This checkbook, and we would say, right, missus, I mean, a full week's groceries were only £5 something. If anybody spent £5, it were a lot of money.
But that was then, 1960.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you used to write the amount they'd spent, like £4.19 and 11, because it was old money as well.
Yeah.
And then you say, what number is it, please? And then they used to say 59814, and you was like 59814.
Yeah.
And then you tore the top check off and gave them check, and they saved them. And then there were 2 more copies underneath, one copy for the boss to make sure that your money, because it weren't a till, it was a drawer.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you put it in, you put your money in drawers and gave them change.
Yeah.
But then every night you used to reckon your checks up and reckon your money up to make sure you hadn't lost any money.
Have you any funny stories? Have you what you want to tell us about?
Well, I remember some, back at court there were some long shoots, and we used to take potatoes upstairs on a weird thing we used to pull up, you know.
What upstairs?
At Co-op, yeah.
Yeah.
It was stock room upstairs and
Was it?
downstairs. It was like 3 floors. And we used to have like one for hen food, one for flour.
Hen food?
Yeah, for chicken food.
Oh, right.
One for flour. I can't remember what some it had. Then one were for potatoes.
Yeah.
And one day, errand boy chipped potatoes down flour sack hole. That was rather funny at the time, but boss wasn't laughing, you know. But well, we used to have loads of fun because we were friends. Everybody in Wargreen, they were lovely people.
Everybody knew everybody, didn't they?
Yeah.
So how many were there, Linda? How many were to go?
There were boss when I got there was Mr. Valance.
Right.
He was manager. Then there were Maurice Aubrey, who was first assistant. Maureen Stockton, who lived in White Houses.
Oh, yeah.
Elsie Stenton, who lived up Mount Vernon, and me.
Right.
And then we had a Fred Wuffenden. He came as errand boy.
This Divi, how did they collect it?
Well, as I said, we used to send us as checkbooks in, and there used to be girls in offices in Barnsley, and their job was to reckon checks up. Then the amount of Divi, it was like £0.50. When I went, it was £0.50 in pound.
Yeah.
And that's what they got. They got £0.50 in pound back.
Right.
And we used to get notification of all our customers how much money they'd got to come back. But half of them owed us some money, what they called, they had it on back at book.
Back at book.
Put them back at book, Linda's gone out of work. You know.
And so, ticking up, obviously.
So that's it. And we also, Mr. Taylor, who was second boss who came, a lovely man, he used to fetch, same as somebody once came in, Mr. Taylor, have you any way of getting me a kettle? Well, he happened to be going to Barnsley to officers that afternoon. He got her a kettle from Barnsley Court and got it charged through towards Greencoat.
White goods,
she paid,
white goods.
She paid it off back at book. So much a week, you see.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah. But they asked me then if I would go round on a Monday, because we wanted customers from Dunk's Bungalows as well as from Ward Greenhouses.
Right.
And they asked me if I'd go round bungalows. I used to go round on a Monday morning to various houses.
Did you?
And collect the notebooks with their order in. And sometimes they'd pay for the week before, but most of them would come in during the week and pay. Because we'd deliver them, I'd deliver them. Somebody came and drove a van, and I went round with him, and I delivered groceries.
Why I'm intrigued, I've got this aerial photo, which I'll show you, 1956 on a it's an aerial showing Wargreen School, and it's partial shot at Cope, and of course Dunk's weren't there, just a bit farm there, opposite.
That's right,
Yeah, wonderful.
Thornley used to keep his horses in there, the couple of horses.
I remember we went to I went to Wargreen School, primary school opposite. Like you didn't go there. You went to.
No, I went to Worsbydale.
To board school.
Yeah.
We got board school. Oh yeah. Back to Copeland, they all shut quick, didn't they? 1970s. All of a sudden they were there and they're gone. You know, it was like a way of life. Yeah. Gone.
Well, you see, they changed from having assistants and serving. They decided to go self-service. And then we got proper tills, and then they got scanning. Nobody reckons up now. I bet half the shop assistants can't reckon up now. I mean, I couldn't if it come to that, but you know. But
well, that's wonderful, though. Wonderful.
But it was great. I used to like going out at van with Arthur. They called him Arthur Cooper, and delivering groceries. It was like a day out. Well, an afternoon out, like.
Lovely, Oh, that's that. Anyway, thanks for having me, Linda.
It's been a pleasure.
Here's me hand, here's me arm, Thanks a lot, So I've got here my old compadre, Mr. Stott, Dave Stott.
Yes.
Used to be cigarette group in Dolphins with us, and so Dave, you worked at Cope in Barnsley. Which Cope was that? Which?
Well, it was Market Street. It was just laden with copes up and down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And I worked at crockery department, like at warehouse at back. When I left school, with my birthday being up 28th of August, I was 14 when I left actually.
Yeah.
And I went for a job to Co-op. I can't remember who sent me there, like, come here lad. And all he said to me was, what's 12 12s? I says 144. He says start on Monday. So,
So, just recap that bit. You, up Market Street, I mean, there were 6 or 7 branches, so
well,
which one were yours then?
we were halfway down the up Market Street Co-op. Upstairs, they call it fancies, they sell light fittings, etc. You went down a ramp and they sell Isle toilet rolls and all that sort of stuff.
Going to have stories, any?
Well, I tell you what I had to do. A great big coke boiler, I had to see to that every day, then has to keep place warm.
Do you actually light it?
Monday morning I was to light it up like.
With sticks and...
Sticks, I get it going.
we what boiler?
Downstairs.
Right.
In the shop, there was a cellar downstairs.
So that boiler was just for that shop though?
Well, it tasted all 3 floors, you know. And one day it got fire back in a bit like it blew out, blew the door open. And manager had to take me to hospital, Mr. Kenworthy, Ernest. That was a great day.
What were your hours working? Contractual?
I'd work, it was 8:30, well about 5ish, 5 like that. Then we used to dash it down foot bus, you know.
I remember being a young lad, I was going to see the canteen. What canteen?
Oh, it was Blucher Street. Yeah.
Oh, right up there. Oh, yeah.
Well, I was at a rate accident there. After about 3 years, I got transferred up to Tin in the Core, across from Globe Cinema. They were there. They call it Tinning.
It's a big car, it was a car park after, yeah.
And then they go down.
That's roughly like Morrison's, where Morrison's is.
And it'd be down back there where there were all bits and bats of stuff. But I used to go to canteen with lads. And I picked this bottle of sauce up one day to eat a shake and bloke across it went straight up, top come off, it were covered.
What it was?
He gave me a bloody scotch and I says, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Anyway, do you want to continue? We're going up Market Street and on the left they sell shoes and that like, you know, footwear. Then there were share offices on right hand side where they did all what you said with checks. And well, I used to fetch bread and cakes on the morning for girls when I was there because I was a lad. Get them all on my number, you know. And across the road, then there were near top there were butchers, Co-op butchers. Somewhere round about there were a jewellery shop. Co-op might have been up there. Right corner there were like chemist.
Is this arcade?
Yeah, we went up to right at the top. Then straight across there was drapery, which were a massive shop.
Yeah.
Back at drapery, that's where I got transferred when I had to call it tinning. So yeah, that my time at Co-op for 5 years. And my last couple of years it weren't so bad because it was Monday, you got Thursday afternoon off us, but we had to work all day Saturday. When I got up to tinning, he used to have Saturday off every 2 or 3 weeks, and then he'd say, get this enough home at 12 o'clock on Saturday. It was okay, very good, enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. Yeah, I suppose I left, but as such, I know money wasn't much like, but
happy times.
It were happy times. I could get a good Friday night up Red Lane with 10 bob, tell you. 4 pints, 10 park drives, a Wobbit jukebox and go and walk up right to Betty's for some fish and chips.
Right, Dave, thanks a lot for your time, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I do hope you've enjoyed our short film about the Co-ops, history of the Co-ops and whatnot, and I hope you'll please subscribe to our channel. So Dave Cherry, that's your lot.